If you're here today, you don't scare easy. I'm so excited that we get to start doing new music with our chord challenge, and that's because you've learned so many of the fundamentals that you needed. So let me do a demo of what we're doing today. Please stay through the lesson, don't get scared. I will walk you through every single note so that you can do it with me, but just watch the demo first so that you can get the song in your head. Okay, so at this point in our challenge, I have to give new advice. The way that I teach things here in the videos is a way to do them. It's not necessarily the way to do them. I'm always going to try and give you what I think is the easiest way to get to a chord shape, but as you're developing your skills, I would like for you to always try and find a different way if something is not working. Like for example, the note A is open A string, right? But if you put your finger on the 2nd fret of G, you get A there as well. And if you go to E string to the 5th fret, that's an A as well. And with chord melody, you can move around the fretboard to find the same note in a different place. And so if anything that I give here doesn't quite feel comfortable, I would like to invite you to start exploring your fretboard that way. Let's just go right into what we have today. And if anybody has any suggestions on how to do something different, please put them in the comments below. Okay, so we're gonna start with a strum of C chord that I'm doing with the middle finger. And the reason I'm doing with the middle finger, so we're gonna do our strum and then our up on A. I want that middle finger to become my bar chord that is gonna move to the 7th fret, and I'm using the dots on the side. Now, I'm just gonna bar strings C, E, and A, and then pinky's gonna be on the 10th. Your fingers are naturally about a fret wide, so I don't need to think, okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just need to put my index finger down on 7, and my pinky's naturally going to land on the 10th fret. For the most part, every hand is different, but for the most part, if you have your index finger on the 7th fret, your pinky will be on the 10th. So you don't need to think too hard. But I do want to encourage you to really use the side fret markers. If you're still looking at your ukulele forward, like it's facing you, chances are you have a bent wrist, and that's going to cause a lot of problems later on. So again, we have middle finger up on A. Use that index finger and slide it to 7 and 10. I'm adding a little bit of pressure with the middle finger so that I get those notes ringing. Make sure your G string is open. And then give me an up strum on 10. And now here's where you have to travel a lot. So I'm going to put the index finger on G string. And I'm going to open up the elbow to guide me to the 2nd fret, and then ring finger on the 3rd fret. So that's going to be a lot of traveling, but it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's actually kind of exciting to get at this point in your ukulele. Tara, who I met from the London Uke project, said, you know, you bought the whole ukulele, might as well use the whole instrument. And so often when we're beginners, we just use the first 3-4 frets. So now we're getting to explore our instrument. Okay, so back at that 2003. Then we have a 5 and a 7 on A string. And then if you look to the next line, there's an 8 later. So we have 2003, then 5, 7, which I like doing with my ring finger so that when I get to the 8 on the next line, I use the same shape that I've used before for 7 and 10. Now I'm using that for 5, 5, 5, 8. So the first line, again, starting with middle finger for me. Of course, please explore your finger shapes. 2003. Stay here. 5, 7, 5, 5, 5, 8. That's the next line. And then we have that one down strum. And then pick on A string. And then use that ring finger to play 007. Now you could scoot the pinky over, and that works really well too. That actually sets you up nicely for the next chord. So find the way that you like best. So here we're at 0007. And then 0235, which was our home base for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And this is why I chose the songs in this specific order. I wanted you to learn that chord shape, which is really weird, right? 0235. But now we've seen it, so now when we come to this song, Can't Help Falling in Love, it's like, oh, okay, we understand that chord shape because we've done it before. Do it one more time. And now pick only E string. Next line, go to an F. Pick your A string. Go to a G chord. Pick your A string. And go to that 2003. Cool. Now the next part, we're gonna move that index finger all the way down to a 5, 5, 5, 5. And I said this before on one of our videos, but I want to remind you, I don't want you to stress about making sure every single string rings. If you get most ringing, that is good. It's almost like if you go to the gym and expect to be able to bench press a lot on your first trip. Like, no, you're gonna add a little bit of weight as you go. So for me, I want you to get some string ringing, or at least a string ringing, and then as you continue growing your strength, you'll get more of them ringing. But if you don't practice bar chord shapes, just like bench pressing, if you don't practice bench pressing, you're never going to build strength. So give me that 5, 5, 5, 5, and just don't focus too much on getting everything to ring. Then give me 7, 8. I'm using ring finger and pinky. So that line again will be F, A string, G chord, A string, 2003. Use the index finger to go down to a bar, strum, 7, 8. Just the 7 and strum, A string, give me that home bass chord from Twinkle Twinkle, A string, and end on a C chord. Now I added that 12, 12, 12, 15 just to be cheesy. You don't have to do it, but that's a really high C chord. If you're playing on a soprano ukulele, maybe you don't have those higher frets. If you have another ukulele in your collection, you can try it there if it's not a soprano. So that's 12, 12, 12, 15. That's a high C chord, and you don't have to add it to the song. I just like being cheesy sometimes and adding a really high chord. It just kind of makes it feel like a really cool sense of completion. But you can end just on the C chord. I just want it to be fun. If you would like a full play along of this where there's no stopping, no explanation, it's just a playthrough of the song, please join us on Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you get the Ukulele Bible, which is a PDF that I've created for my Patreon members to get lots of song sheets, strumming patterns, and educational content. And you get access to that as soon as you become a Patreon member. I also have lessons via Zoom that I've taught, and the recordings are there for you. There's Stairway to Heaven chord-melody lessons series is also there as well. And the play-alongs for this challenge are there as well. So join us on Patreon. At this point in the video, I'd like to watch one of the performances from you all and give my blind reactions. So I'm just gonna pick one at random from the hashtag. Okay, I haven't seen this one, so let's go. Oh, that's fast. Okay. Nice. Wow, you're so fast. And your face looks relaxed. You've got this memorized. This is better than my performance of it. Wow, I'm so proud of you. Okay, so I like a lot about this. Okay, so I'm looking at this person's wrist and it doesn't look bent at all, like on the fretboard side. The chords and the melody here are memorized, which is really good. It makes learning easy. I also like that they're not staring down at their instrument because that can create a lot of strain in the neck. They're facing forward, very aware of the camera. Wow, wow, wow. Nice job. I'm really impressed. I know that a few of you have started buying the 30-day Uke Challenge merch and the Ukelandia merch. I'm still hoping to see somebody wear it on the videos. So hopefully if I find one for the next video, I will feature it here because I'm really excited to see you all wearing the merch that was designed specifically for our community. And if you would like to get merch yourself, I'm going to add the link to our store down below. There are journals and mugs and tote bags and t-shirts and sweaters. And I've tried, and stickers that somebody turned into magnets, by the way. That was so cool. So I'm trying to add as many things as I think you'll like. And some people have sent in requests for more stickers and mugs, so I've made those. So if you have any requests, just let me know. Throughout this video, I've been playing the Nova U Pro in tenor size. This is a carbon fiber composite ukulele that comes with a matching case and a matching strap. It also has pre-installed strap buttons. I really love these hand-installed frets because they're really easy to see here on the video, so I really enjoy that. And it has the Dario strings, which are some of my favorite. Really love these. I will link this ukulele down below if you're interested in a waterproof ukulele. That sounds really great. Please take your time with this piece. I recommend that if you are working on it, that you still show up for the next lesson even if you haven't finished it, because something happens with our learning where if we keep kind of pushing ourselves and pushing our limit, when you come back to a song that seemed impossible at first, you play through it and it's like, oh, it's not that difficult. So I encourage you to keep coming back and learning new techniques throughout these videos, and then go back and review the songs that we did way in the beginning and even with this one, and you'll see a real growth in your ability to play. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao!